Well, it looks like Disney Plus has a huge victory on their hands in the advent of streaming and their new animated series. Whether if you're a fan of the Owl House or Amphibia, wanting to directly support these series to the best of your abilities, or if you're hoping to see more shows like these being made in the future, then listen up. Because in the grand scheme of things, this is pretty major news. As someone who's never lost their love for animation and has remained invested in new projects, something I've been frustrated over for the longest time has been the distribution of newer animated series. Namely, story-driven animated series. The cartoons that arrive with a journey in store for its audience, with deep themes that explore the human condition, alongside the dark and edgy moments that have become standard in these series, especially in standout moments. My biggest gripe for the longest time has been that, with the rise of streaming, a lot of major brands still need to figure out how to have their content noticed amongst the everyday consumer. With Cartoon Network and Disney TVA in particular, my frustrations lie with the fact that HBO Max and Disney Plus do not feature brand new episodes of their animated series as they premiere, but rather wait until the entire season has premiered on TV first, effectively creating a huge gap between the dedicated fans who keep up with the series as it airs and any potential newcomers who are interested but have to wait over a year to get their hands on this content. It doesn't really make any sense to me. I mean, I know the reason is likely contracts and exclusivity with factors such as network-owned apps, on-demand services, and digital markets such as iTunes and Amazon, but it doesn't make sense as to why they don't try to combat this, as cable is going out the window, and when it comes to keeping the attention of consumers, it's best to strike when the iron is hot. There are way more eyes on these streaming services than there are on cable, so just in terms of exposure, they should all be putting their best foot forward to ensure consumers have access to these episodes across all platforms as soon as possible. You have shows like the Owl House dominate the United States Twitter trends every week. Fans pulling up in droves to discuss the latest episode, speculating and sharing incredible fan art. But alas, most of these fans aren't able to tune to cable for the premiere, whether it's because they live outside the USA or just don't have access to an official live feed of Disney Channel. And those reasons are completely understandable. However, it feels like all of that is finally changing, at least over at Disney, as not only will more fans be able to officially support the series sooner, but these shows will have a greater chance at exposure to a wider audience while new seasons are running their course on television. Come July 21st, 2021, the first 5 episodes of the Owl House Season 2 will be available to stream on Disney Plus as a part of Disney Plus's new rollout for television series. Just so we're clear, this is only 11 days after Season 2, Episode 5, Through the Looking Glass Ruins, has its proper cable premiere. And mind you, the first half of Season 2 goes up to Episode 10, so getting the first quarter of the season as it progresses on TV feels like a happy middle ground. Not only is this insanely fast, but the benefits this will have for not only this series, but other series such as Amphibia in its upcoming 3rd climactic season cannot go overlooked. As Dana Terrace and Matt Brawley have both expressed, watching these shows on Disney Plus is considered the best way to support said shows. Unlike cable viewership, which only really counts Nielsen families, and thus never reflected the true number of viewers, the higher-ups are able to accurately track viewership on Disney Plus and figure out what people are loving. While there are no guarantees, the success of these shows on Disney Plus could lead to more projects featuring these worlds and these characters. As you may have heard, the Owl House will be concluding in its 3rd season, which will be comprised of 3 specials rather than a standard season pickup. Despite this, Dana has expressed interest in other Owl House related projects, such as a graphic novel or Ida prequel series. And a strong turnout on Disney Plus for Season 2 is a great way to help these ideas transcend into full-fledged endeavors. Amphibia, on the other hand, was designed to be a 3-act, 3-season story. But I'd hope Matt would jump at the chance to do more with the world if given the opportunity. We need an Amphibia game, please. I'm not exactly sure who I'm begging in this situation, but I'm desperately pleading on my knees all the same. In terms of not only accessibility, but comfortability, the importance of this really cannot be understated. Instead of worrying about a time slot, the average consumer can now watch these episodes fresh, but on their own time. Instead of worrying about pirating the show and not supporting the crew, fans will be able to, at the very least, rewatch these episodes through official means, in groups of 5 not too long after the initial premiere. International fans may still have to wait a little bit, as details on when they will receive similar treatment are currently unknown, but I imagine they wouldn't be left in the dark for long. In the Owl House's case, perhaps after the first half of the season itself premieres over here. And before we wrap up, I just have to say, for both the Owl House and Amphibia, dropping in batches of 5 will be great for newcomers and people who generally decide to keep up with the series through Disney+. Not only is it closer to the TV premieres than ever before, but in terms of pacing, I think this will be great for the story arcs told in both series. Especially for Amphibia, if its third season follows a similar format for season 2. To better explain, let's imagine that Amphibia season 2 dropped in this format on Disney+. It would have been perfect. The first 5 episodes of season 2 make up the road trip arc, which would have been the first batch of episodes. Episodes 6 through 10 make up the Newtopia arc, which would have been the second batch, and while the rest of the season is basically one big arc, with some breather episodes sprinkled in, I think people would have loved binging the Temple episodes up to True Colors. So if they follow the same arcs of 5 episodes format for season 3, each batch will serve as its own unique experience within the greater package that is Amphibia. Overall, 5 is a pretty good number. It's not too many episodes, certainly not an entire season, but it still manages to give people a lot of content to enjoy for an evening, while being relatively caught up with the series, only needing to wait another month or 2 for the next batch. One of the biggest benefits of this will be having everyone on the same page during hiatuses, as when the first half of a new season finishes up for either the Owl House or Amphibia, and other upcoming Disney animated series, every available episode at that point will be on Disney Plus faster than before, inviting a surplus of people to indulge in discussion, speculation, fan art, and just general adoration for these shows, more than ever before. Thanks for listening to me geek out about this for a few minutes. Not only am I happy to spread the word, but I am ecstatic, thinking about all the possibilities this provides for the fantastic animated series being made by fantastic, talented people. And if you want to further partake in this enthusiasm, I greatly recommend and would appreciate if you threw this video a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Aside from that, how do you feel about this change? Are you someone who watches these shows on cable in the first place, or have you been waiting for an occasion like this to arise? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet them over at Roundtable Vids, and you can find me at OstricFox. We're also on Instagram. You can also help the Roundtable grow by supporting us over at Patreon, or becoming a member of this channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. See ya!